Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, can hear you.
Guess what, Chris?
What?
I can't hear you guys, so take it away.
Okay. Well, welcome to the OHIO Podcast Sunday Night Roundtable. I am temporarily your host, the Wild Man Chris Wild, and I'm joined tonight by Dr. Corey and Buckeye Bart, and soon to be our fearless leader, Buckeye Boggs, hopefully back in the room here shortly. But just want to say welcome to everybody out there in the chat. I see Sean's already out there telling everybody to hit that like button. Make sure you do that. Jennifer, good to see you. Mika, Ed Rogers in the chat. Buck Vader, our insider, in the chat. Brian from New York, wonderful to see you, Brian. Don, Tyler, and everybody else that's out there tonight, thank you for joining us. Corey, how are things going this evening?
Going good. Chris, Wild Man, haven't seen you all in a minute. Kind of stuck doing one show a week because of the work schedule at the moment, but I don't get a lot of sleep these days. But having fun, and hey, just going to go ahead and say congratulations to the Buckeye basketball team. Got seated, going dancing, and who deserves it more than Bruce Thornton, seriously?
Well, now, wait a minute, Corey. Let's use a little Michigan logic here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because today, of course, we know that Ohio State narrowly lost to Michigan a couple days ago. However, we did beat Purdue, who today beat Michigan, which means we are officially number one in the Big Ten using Michigan logic, correct?
That, and they can no longer claim a national title if they, in fact, do win it because
Correct.
they lost the Big Ten title in tournament. So it'd be a Mickey Mouse title.
That's right. Bart, how's things going?
I'm doing good. Great day out there. Nice weather.
Windy.
Yeah. Well, that's where the weight comes in at. So yeah.
That's right. We're anchored to the ground, aren't we, Bart?
We're so anchored. But
today is our day, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's nice to meet with you guys, and looking for a good evening tonight.
Welcome back, Mr. Boggs.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It like the music hit. Next thing you know, I lost everything. So, good to be back. Congratulations to the Ohio State men's basketball team. First time back in the NCAA tournament since 4 years ago, I guess it was. So in 4 years, so that's awesome. They're not the only one that deserves a congratulations tonight. There was an announcement by one Corey on Twitter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I heard.
Would you like to share with everybody, Corey, that you're no longer, I guess you could say, a free agent in the NIL department?
Oh, you make a good point there because I work for Sherwin-Williams and they will pay for you to go to school. I decided to take advantage of that, and I am going to OSU, and I could not be more excited. I'm 42 years old, going back to school. I can't wait to join a frat, get drunk, and then party with my friends. And,
Hey, that's how I did it. I went back at 35, man.
Exactly. Did you? And you just all of a sudden, you got to pledge and you got to do all the things and procrastinate and do the term paper the year before or the night before. I got to get to do all that good stuff.
What are you going back for, Corey?
I'm actually going to do supply chain and logistics because it's a growing field and it's actually pretty AI proof. So.
And I thought you I thought you were a doctor already. So what's going on?
Oh, yeah, that's just a hobby.
Oh, okay.
And Corey, I hear you're going to OSU. Is that correct?
Yep, going to OSU. I can't wait. I told everybody on Twitter going to OSU, and just, you know what? I'm really excited to be a Beaver.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to Oregon State. Y'all didn't. But y'all thought I meant Ohio State. I see the confusion now. I see it now.
Well, this is not the first co-host we've had on this podcast, Chris, who's decided to go school somewhere else.
Yeah, Aaron went to Purdue.
Aaron is a Purdue graduate, and now we're going to have Corey as a Beaver.
Hey, and congrats to DK, by the way.
Yeah, I sent DK a text, and I told him if he wanted to come on and do a victory lap tonight, we would love to hear what he had to say. But he never responded because I really do think he's literally running around the streets of whatever town he's from celebrating. The last text I got from him was...
He's not streaking this time.
He's from somewhere like Dayton or Germantown or something like that.
Germantown, yeah. The last text I got from him was, "Woo! Let's go!" So I think he's running around.
Do you think, though, he's fearing the fact that he could possibly end up running into Ohio State somewhere in those? I think it would be a far stretch because I don't think Ohio State's going to get there. But
no.
Yeah,
But
and
I'm
by the way,
reading
yes,
some
Don,
of
it
the
is
comments.
eCampus. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. I was answering Don's question.
I mean, we're probably going to have Duke even if we get past TCU, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great? I mean, Duke and then go to the Sweet 16 if it's possible. That'd be the most successful season in like a decade.
Oh, and I would rub it in so many Ohio State faces on Twitter who had just been trashing Diebler.
Okay,
Well,
well, you know what? I'll step up in line. You can rub it in my face. It's
I
fine.
will.
Well, you know, as much as we watch basketball, Eric, they're actually playing really well right now.
They are.
And if it wasn't for, I think, a couple really, really missed calls, crucial calls in the Michigan game, we probably beat them.
Yeah. I
they
still
got
think
away with a big push.
that foul
Oh,
with
yeah.
the push was ridiculous.
Ridiculous. And it was like a couple plays before where that Tilly went up for an alley-oop and they pushed him and no foul call whatsoever. But they're playing really well, so I wouldn't give it to, you give Thornton any time whatsoever and they can hit some shots. Sky's the limit. I'm glad
this was what was said online today, or no, it's not online, but on television on one of the reporters. Duke might have the toughest out in the second round out of all the number one seeds, is what they said.
Between us and TCU, right?
Well, just in general.
I don't want to. Yeah, you can't just assume we're going to win. I used to think Coltman's teams would get to the second, or would win.
You're right.
Yeah.
But that bracket for the number one overall seed, Duke, that bracket's by far the hardest.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm like, dude, what did Duke do to the NCAA guys? Anyways, that's not what this show is. I will say this though. Over on Patreon, we got a new paying subscription. Speedman, welcome to the family. The NRO over on Patreon, $5 member, Speedman. Over on Patreon, guys, we are going to be doing the NCAA Bracket Challenge. It's the OHIO Podcast Bracket Challenge. There'll be an article submitted to everybody who's a member, including all the free members. Everybody is more than welcome to join the Bracket Challenge. Winner will get a free 1-year membership to Patreon, T-shirt, magazine. We're giving you some sweet swag if you win this thing, man. So looking forward to that. Everybody fill out your brackets over there. There'll be an article I will post tomorrow with instructions for everyone. So it's going to be pretty easy. You can't miss it, and we'll continue to mention it. All right, here we go. Let's start tonight off with this topic. Topic number 1 this evening. Are people overlooking Arthur Smith? I have a stat for you guys that blew my mind about Arthur Smith. He's the only offensive coordinator / head coach in modern NFL history. So Super Bowl era. The only one who is head coach / coordinator who has had 7 different running backs with 1,000 or more yards from scrimmage in a 7-year span. The only one. That's wild. Now, what does that say to you? What does that speak to you? And does that give you any more confidence in Arthur Smith and what he's going to be able to do for Ohio State in this offense? I will start with you first, Chris.
I actually liked the hire initially, but
you don't anymore.
I think this is one of the reasons why. I think that if you look at his history, everywhere he's gone, the run game has succeeded well. There's been a level of toughness. He has some very creative blocking schemes that he uses at times. He brings a lot to the table. And yeah, I think it does. So hearing a stat like that has to help boost your confidence just a little bit. And knowing that this is the guy who Ryan Day has said, here you go. Here's the playbook. Have fun. Because that's what he wants. He wanted a head coach of the offense. He now has a head coach of the offense, and one that he can be confident in because he has the experience. He has the authority. He has that high football IQ to run this entire unit so that Day can step back and just operate as the CEO of the program. Yes, absolutely when I hear a stat like that and any other stat that supports Ryan Day's reason for hiring, absolutely it gives me more confidence.
There we go. That's what I wanted to put up there. No, it's not. Dang it, it's still messed up. Never mind. I'll try later. Corey, save me.
All thumbs tonight, Eric.
I know.
All right, I'm gonna start this comment off with a little bit of a different approach, but I'm gonna get there. I promise. I want to say this, that I really do love Ryan Day as a coach, and I do think he's one of the greatest offensive minds in the history of college football. I sincerely believe that. And I'm not saying he's always the greatest play caller in the world. I'm just saying the dude just is the dude has been the best offensive mind in Ohio State history by a mile, in my opinion. Now, that being said, I don't want him to be the head coach and the play caller, but he's got to have somebody in there he can trust, because he is that kind of guy who's done it so long that he will jump in or he will interfere or he will put a leash on somebody. And he probably did to an extent with Brian Hartline, and I really can't blame him as first-year coordinator. When we lost Kevin Wilson, the one thing I hated we lose about Kevin Wilson was a guy who had the guts to be in the room with Ryan Day, say, no, you're wrong. We're not doing it this way. And Ryan Day would listen to him. Ryan Day needs that. You know, every coach, I think, needs that guy who will smack you in the mouth and say you're wrong. And they have the authority and the ability and the confidence to do that. Brian Hartline couldn't do that. Chip Kelly could do that. I think we finally got a guy in Arthur Smith who, not finally, but again, got a guy that can do that. He's been around the block. He's been an NFL head coach. He's getting NFL offers as it was before we hired him. You know, it's not like he's a guy that nobody wants. He's been a very successful offensive mind in the NFL, and it's predicated on the things Ryan Day wants to do, which is a slower pace, yes, but a tougher run game, control the clock, strike when the iron's hot type of offense. And honestly, I love the fact that Ryan Day has the humility to know he needs a guy like that who can shut him up and also just take over, and Ryan Day can just be the head coach. I really appreciate Ryan Day for this hire. I think it's a great hire, and I usually give coaches the leniency to prove me wrong. I try to be positive about them. I really do feel good about this hire, and I hope he sticks around for more than 1 or 2 years, because I have a feeling he's going to be successful enough here to be like Matt Patricia. Ends up being a situation where, NFL is just coming to calling again, and we got to ante up like we did with Matt Patricia to keep him here. Probably looking at $2 $4 million coordinators very, very soon. So I love the hire. I'm totally on board with it until it proves me wrong.
No, I think I'm with everybody else that when that hire when it happens, like, who's that? Who is Arthur Smith, and what is he? He was not on our radar coming up, and it came out of nowhere. So it was almost like he wasn't even Ryan Day's foremind to even think about it. And then he said, "Hey, I might be interested." It's like, oh, okay, jump right on that, and there's a reason for that. But you look at what's the key on beating. What do they say? Who wins the Michigan game? Is the person
runs the football more?
Yeah, and why is that? Because it's so important. We don't win the national championship a couple years ago without Travion and Quinchon. It's just a fact. Seattle Seahawks, MVP, running back Kenneth Walker. Running is so important, and what it does is it opens up so much more. And I read some things today about how he's going to use the play action. If you can successfully run the ball, the play action opens up so much more. And guess who that opens up for? Jeremiah Smith. It opens up for and Brandon Innes underneath those things routes. But what he also does focus on is the backs out of the backfield, throwing the ball out to the flats, getting that ball out to the running backs, where you have a linebacker trying to cover them. That's what I'm most of. I think the last guy that really would do that, if you guys remember Walt Harris back in the day, was he Eddie George's offensive coordinator? I believe. Was that Uzelac?
I want to say it's both of them, but I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
I want to say maybe.
Well, they were the last ones I remember that really got the back, threw the ball out, and if we can utilize that,
he was Eddie. He was Eddie. Walt Harris served as the quarterbacks coach at Ohio State from 1995 to 1996 under John Cooper.
Yeah. So can you imagine, getting Legend out there, or Bo or Turbo out on a linebacker? If you remember that wheel play with Travion, or more famously with Maurice Claret down the sidelines, We got the people to do that. And our struggles last year in the red zone. How do you fix that? It's running the ball. And if you could do that, that fixes so much. And just if a more 50-50 balance, which Ryan Day's always wanted, what every coach wants. I hope he can achieve that. I think he will.
And if I could add on to what Bart just said there briefly,
sure.
You talk about, Bart, the problems we had in the red zone. I think a lot of that came down to the inability to change things up once we got down there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're talking about a guy in Arthur Smith who has called literally thousands of plays at the highest level. So you've got a guy who has lived in those pressure cooker situations and can solve problems on the fly. So I don't think we're going to get those struggles where we run the same play 3 times because that's all we know how to do.
The thing is, I don't want to add on to that. The thing is what I was reading about him, and I never got to do the show with Arthur Smith, unfortunately, but I was reading about him. I actually did my homework for that. You're going to see plays early in the first quarter and things like that just don't work. And you're going to wonder, what is he doing? He's banking defensive reactions for later in the game. He's setting them up for later in the game. He's a big-time believer in that. He doesn't care if we get a couple of 2-yard runs or 1-yard run and it just runs into a brick wall, essentially. He's okay, I see what the linebackers are doing when we're in that formation. So I know the fans will hate it. They're going to think that he doesn't know what he's doing and we're stupid. But we did a little bit of that last year with more Ryan Day's direction. If you notice, as we went on in the game, our offense would start moving the ball. They're banking defensive reactions on it, and they're getting to a point where the defense is too late to recover and adjust to it. So when he hired Arthur Smith, I thought to him, oh my gosh, it's obvious what Ryan Day's philosophy is.
But you see that if you got Jeremiah Smith and he's going to get double teamed, it's going to happen. You got the corner and the free safety that side, and he runs a deep route. Guess what? What's wide open? The flat. If you got Legend Bay against a freaking linebacker in the Big Ten or anybody
even Bo
else,
Jackson against a linebacker,
you're going to win. And it's going to happen. And it's just a formula that I hope that he's got to. I mean, he's experienced, but and I think we've talked about this, Eric, before quite a bit. It's just that the time he gets the calls in is so much more time for Julian Sain to see what the defense is, what it is, and maybe up tempo a little bit, but just get the play in fast and letting him process that. I think that's what's going to be most exciting.
I feel like Troy's trying to poke a bear here, Eric.
Yeah, and I'm fine with it because I think Troy's humor is fantastic.
It is.
Bart, you mentioned how that he kind of came out of nowhere, and I remember that Saturday that he got hired, and my phone in the morning said Arthur Smith is in Columbus, and I went,
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Am I the only one here that watches the NFL? Or
I knew who he was.
Hey,
thank you, Chris. You and I knew who he was.
The only thing I know about the NFL is the Titans got new jerseys, and they're freaking sick. I love them. But
I didn't know.
Go look them up right now, real quick.
No,
they're easily a top 3 jersey right now.
All right, fine. Go ahead, guys. I'll look it up.
So,
talks amongst yourselves.
But that great reference from the 90s. I remember getting that, and I immediately went and looked it up, and I was like, former coach at Atlanta, offensive coordinator at Pittsburgh, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's going the Matt Patricia route. Matt Patricia, former coach at Detroit, offensive coordinator at New England all those years. And then by that evening, it was a done deal. So you're 100% right about that, Bart. Now, what do you think of those jerseys? Did you see them?
It looks like the old Houston Oilers jerseys, yeah.
I love them.
They do. Yeah, they do.
I love them. All right, so I have an audio clip for you guys.
Congrats, DK. DK's in the house, by the way.
Is DK here? Hey.
In his A, yeah.
DK, if you want to come on and take a victory lap, brother, I'm all for you jumping on here, man.
We would much rather you than Michigan any day of the week.
But DK missed how I explained how they're not really the Big Ten champions earlier.
Oh, stop it, Chris. You're just a Debbie Downer on everything. This is an audio clip of Ryan Day on the Jim Rome show explaining to Jim Rome Rackham.
Rome's still alive?
Yeah, actually, I know. I was like, when did they dig his carcass?
I know more about Arthur Smith than I do Jim Rome at this point.
I thought Jim Everett kicked his backside about 30
Chris
years ago.
Everett?
No.
Yeah, Chris Everett. Yeah.
No,
Jim Rome.
Yeah, he called him Chris Everett. That's why he got mad. Yeah.
This is Ryan Day explaining why he chose Arthur Smith and why he's going to do great at Ohio State. Check it out.
Well, as time has gone on and things change in college football, I just feel like more and more it's important, to have guys in those coordinator positions that have a tremendous amount of experience. And so, when Brian moved on to South Florida, wanted to go bring in somebody with great experience, and first look to see who are guys that have done that at the college level, and then who has done that at the NFL level. And then, to have somebody with his resume who's actually been a head coach in the NFL, and look what he's done at Tennessee, and then sit down and talk to the people that have worked with him, and then had a chance myself to sit down and talk with him. It was excellent. He's a great communicator, very intelligent, and really loves the game of college football. When you hear his story about growing up and how much time he spent around college football, you could just see it in his eyes. And he's had a great first month here with our players. He's enjoyed the challenge. I think it's been great to him. It's almost been refreshing to be around some of these young players. I know he's excited about some of the talent he has, and I wanted to make sure that we had somebody in here that not only had experience, calling it in big games, but somebody that could be the head coach of the offense, which will allow me, an opportunity to take a different perspective this season. Certainly it was great to have Matt on defense, and Brian did a great job as well. But I think this year will allow me to even, step back even more and try to do as much as I can from, the head coaching seat.
There's a lot in that. Number one, this is the first time ever he's called any offensive coordinator the head coach of the offense. He didn't even give that title to Chip Kelly.
Shows a lot of trust in him.
Number two, he's a great communicator. I think that's important to Ryan Day. Number three, he's experienced at calling plays. Some are saying this is a dig at Brian Hartline. I don't think it's a total dig. I think it's just reality. Brian Hartline struggled at calling plays last year. First-year play caller. He did go 12-0 in the regular season.
How did you make fun of him? That was his hire. It's like, oh, I hired you, but you don't know how to do this. Like, come on.
I think he was.
He's not making fun of him.
He's not making fun of him.
Some people said that's what he's doing. They're wrong.
Yeah, they're completely. Yeah.
But I do think that what Ryan Day learned through that process was in order for him to feel better about the offense, he needs somebody. Before we finish this conversation.
Let's bring him on.
Let's let this guy have his victory lap, shall we?
Yes. The champ is here.
Take that, wild man. Take that.
Here's the thing, DK. Here's the thing. What you have to understand is this.
No, I ain't understand.
We lost to Michigan.
I can't hear you.
We lost to Michigan about 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, whatever. No, a week ago, whatever it was. We lost to Michigan. You guys beat Michigan. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
But we beat you, so therefore we're the Big Ten champs. That's Michigan logic, baby, right there.
Listen, that's loser mentality, and I won't stand for it. Okay.
No, but in all seriousness, congratulations, because Purdue is a fine basketball school.
We are.
They really are.
Hey, I got two questions.
Yeah.
Well, one statement and then one question. The statement is this. I'm pretty sure the state of Ohio was like the second biggest Purdue fans out there today. Like we all were like, we celebrated this win, dude. We were like, yes, I was rooting hard for you guys. And number two, does Matt Painter have Parkinson's?
I hope not.
He was shaking really bad.
He's just
one time.
hyped up. He's hyped up.
He was.
He looked like a chihuahua that just wet on the carpet.
Hey, dude, the old coach was in the house, man.
Gene's at every game. That's nothing new. They fly Gene out. Coach Katie flies with the team wherever they go. He's always there.
He's awesome, dude. That guy was the meanest SOB in Big Ten basketball in the 90s. He never smiled, dude.
Great head of hair.
Him and Bobby Knight, those clashes were epic.
Classic.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, how good you feel right now, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was going to come on, but I'm not at home. I'm at the lady friend's house, and her kids are in bed. So
is she there?
No, she's in the house. The kids are in bed, so I couldn't call. I had to come out to the car.
Well, maybe you can sneak back in and you can just say
Oh,
hi.
she would
Honey,
murder
say
me.
hi.
Yeah.
She would murder me.
Just so that it can be proven that this isn't a Caden situation. It's not.
Do not compare me to Caden. Where's
So
he
what kind of draw did you guys get?
2 seed
Against?
Queens.
Okay.
You're playing Michigan again? No, I'm just kidding.
Good one.
Congratulations, DK. You deserve it, man.
What are you guys
Wait.
talking? You guys talking football still for some reason?
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
But
Why
wait,
would you want to
DK.
talk football? Who's
Alex had a message for you, man.
Oh, look at
King
that.
Buckeye gives you a boiler up, man.
Hey,
Love to see.
who was the first congratulatory text you got today?
It was you.
And what did I say?
Sure as hell wasn't Wilds. He still hasn't learned how to text. I'll probably get his letter in the
Hey,
mail.
DK, the congratulatory letter will be in the mail tomorrow morning.
Don't count on it.
Etch it in the stone. You know.
You're just praying that Ohio State
fight in the
doesn't luck
cave
into a
3,000
matchup
years
with
from
Purdue.
now.
What's that, Wilds?
Said you're just praying that Ohio State doesn't luck into a matchup with Purdue somewhere down the road.
They would be shaking in their boots.
At least they're not. At least they're not a number 1 seed, so they can lose to a 16 seed again. So
See, I'm all for it. I don't want the number 1 anywhere near that name of Purdue on the court. I don't want any of that. No, the number 1's bad news bears. And did you see Braden Smith? I think it was right before halftime. Tore his jersey in half and had to switch to a backup jersey, number 41. And went completely. He had a Michael Jordan moment. It was amazing.
Don't change your number back.
Yeah, he's got to wear 41.
You're 41 from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, for the rest of his, I don't know. Hopefully, long career at Purdue until a national championship.
Oh,
let me tell you, if Purdue goes on to win a natty, you're going to need a live camera on me at all times.
I think you know what. Here's the deal. If Purdue makes it to the Final Four, I think we go live on Patreon with DK.
You're going to see me cry, laugh, puke. You're going to see it all.
A lot of puking, yes.
well, Eric, according to Sage Ohio, that's not going to happen.
When we made it to the natty last time, listen, who is this? Sage Ohio. Get lost. 1864, that was the year Wilds was born.
Actually, I was 3 then.
Yeah, you just graduated high school in 1864.
Born into the Civil War. Okay.
All right, DK, go have fun with your lady friend, buddy. Have a good night. Congratulations.
Bart, I haven't met you yet, but love you too, brother.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye, boys.
Congrats, buddy.
Boiler up.
There he goes. Oh, you never know who's going to pop in.
He's living his best life right now.
Oh, he is.
And God bless him. He deserves this one.
If you follow a football team like that, what else you got to look for?
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, he said the kids are in bed. I'm at the lady friend's house. Purdue won today. He's having a good night. He's living his best life.
Unless she's a Michigan fan.
She is not. She's an Ohio State fan.
Okay. Well, at least somebody has some common sense in that relationship.
Yes, exactly. All right,
rub off on him.
Back to Arthur Smith and Ryan Day. Chris, I'm going to ask this. I'm going to ask the question. Go with you guys
in that relationship. No, I'm just kidding.
Gonna go back to Arthur Smith here and Ryan Day. Chris, why do you think? Give me the number 1 reason Ryan Day hired Arthur Smith. Go.
I think it's the experience. I really do. You know, he talked about the lack of. He basically talked about how he felt he made a mistake. That it wasn't a shot at Brian Hartline. I think Ryan Day was taking a little bit of a shot at himself with that comment and saying, "Listen, I see that I made a mistake in hiring Brian Hartline as a first-year coordinator. I know we went 12-0, but we struggled in the big games. This guy's bringing the experience where I don't have to worry about the offense. He can run the offense. He's going to be the head coach of my offense. And you know what? The last time he did that worked out pretty doggone well with Chip Kelly. So I really feel like, and honestly, I'm not going to lie. I don't know It may not be as explosive, but I don't know what Arthur Smith may not be an upgrade over Chip Kelly.
I mean, Chip Kelly did go to Northwestern this year. Let's see how that pans out. Number one reason why Ryan Day hired Arthur Smith, Corey.
Well, I mean, I'll piggyback off Chris there. Experience. I think Ryan Day absolutely loves the fact he doesn't have to babysit this guy. I mean, it's what a relief. I mean, anybody in any position of leadership or a boss anywhere, if they have a person who's technically an underling that can do the job and they don't have to babysit them, that's a dream come true for anybody in that position. So Ryan Day is probably, pie in the sky happy right now. I mean, he's thrilled with this fell in his lap. I agree with Bart. He probably wasn't his first choice, but not because I wouldn't say, and I'm not saying Bart that you said this, but I'm saying not because he couldn't get, or not because he didn't want him, but because he said, well, I don't have a chance of getting him. He's getting NFL looks right now. Oh my gosh, I can get him. And I want to talk about just really briefly the Hartline hire. Yes, you can look in hindsight as a mistake, but imagine if Hartline had left because he never got a opportunity to be offense coordinator here. The fan base would be pitchforks outside of Ryan Day's house. 100%. So this is Dwayne Haskins, Joe Burrow all over again.
Yes.
Where people, how could you let Joe Burrow go? Dwayne was amazing. Stop it. This is all hindsight type of thinking at this point. I think Ryan Day absolutely did the 100% right thing in hiring Brighton and Hartline. Didn't turn out the way we wanted. I get it, but you couldn't lose him. You couldn't risk losing him. So you had to let it. He wants to ascend. You have to let him ascend. That's just how it went. He left, and now we've upgraded an offense coordinator.
Yeah, it's obviously it's what Chris and
Corey
said, Dr. Corey.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow,
sorry.
That's just hurtful.
I was thinking doctor the whole time, but
Dr. Pepper. That's what Dr. Pepper said.
Yeah. How much has Ryan Day grown? The first couple years, there's no way he's hired somebody because he wants control of everything. And every year he's losing control, and he likes it. You think about this, the offensive and defensive used to be NFL head coaches. Now he's got a special teams coach. What is he going to do other than enjoy himself and make sure the train runs smoothly? I say it at my work. I have three great people underneath me that I trust wholeheartedly. Guess what? I have the easiest job in the world because we all work together. My job is easy because I trust them. They do the right thing. And if something screws up, I'm right there. That is the greatest thing in any job you have. Especially, but I think you're going to see a relaxed Ryan Day this year. You're going to see a focused Ryan Day just because of these hires that he, like Corey said, that you don't have to babysit anybody, but just bouncing ideas off of each other. I think they're going to have so much fun.
Yeah, I think you guys are all 100% right, but let me say this:
who's the most right, Eric? No, I'm kidding.
Well. Apparently Chris, because he went first. But let me
y'all did piggyback off mine, so.
Well, none of you mentioned this, however, and that is the one thing that Ryan Day has said from the very beginning. I have to trust who's calling the plays. One of the reasons why he never put anybody up in the box to call plays was he didn't trust them. He trusted himself more than them. Chip Kelly was really the first person he ever put up in the box to call plays who he himself trusted to do so.
I maintain he was going to do it with Kevin Wilson before he left.
I agree with that. People don't know how much he respected Kevin Wilson. I was always called Kevin Wilson his eyes in the sky. But it never happened. It never came to fruition. This might be next to Chip Kelly, the first, because I don't know that he truly trusted Brian Hartline to call the plays, even though he did give him that. I don't know that he completely was all 100% bought in. And listen, we lose to Indiana. He goes down to Tampa for a week, comes back, and Ryan Day's changed his mind. He's going to be calling plays against Miami. So I think this is great for him to get this. And it's a steal at $1.5 million.
Is that all he's getting? I didn't even hear that.
That's all he's
making
Corey.
This year.
$1.5 million.
And Patricia's 3.75.
$3.75 million.
Well, he comes in and does what Patricia did last year.
Oh, he'll get the ball.
He'll get a raise.
Oh.
Yeah.
My only concern about Arthur Smith in running the ball is every time you run the ball, the greatest Ohio State player ever, Jeremiah Smith's not getting it. and I don't mean that as a knock, but we have a once in a generational type talent that it's almost like, not that we're going to waste him, because I think, I don't know. I'm torn because I think it's necessary. It's just like, I don't want to not win the national championship and say, hey, we lost an opportunity. We should have just spoon fed this guy. I don't know.
But this is the thing, Bart. He did have A.J. Brown as a 1,000-yard receiver at Tennessee, even though Derrick Henry was there as well. Yeah. You can run the ball. He has had a quarterback go for almost 3,000 yards passing, while the running back ran for 2,000 yards.
It'll open everything up. I get that. It's just
it gives.
I don't want to waste Jeremiah Smith last year.
I don't think we are. I think we're going to enhance Jeremiah Smith last year.
I really hope so. Yeah.
This is Arthur Smith's offense. He predominantly focuses on one receiver. Usually, if you look at the averages, I just actually looked them up because I knew it off the top of my head, but I needed something to back it up. Average, he uses one high volume receiver, and everybody else is a complement, which is kind of what our roster is at the moment. They're kind of complements to the freak. True. So I actually think Jeremiah Smith will see more targets this year.
I hope so. Yeah.
Well, I know this. I thought for sure they were going to have to tie that kid's hands down this spring. Basically, like, dude, you're the ace here. There's no sense in you going out and pitching 9 innings in spring training in game 1 and blowing your arm out here. Apparently, they can't keep him down. Arthur Smith or Jeremiah Smith is literally just like a freak, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm out here and I'm going to ball everybody and destroy everybody.
And Smith is not stupid. He's not going to be like, yeah, I know Smith's great, but I really want to run the ball with Isaiah West. So,
I mean, you think about it, they could have the top 2 picks in the NFL draft, and how often does that happen? And he has to get this right, Ryan Day, or he's going to lose a golden opportunity.
Indeed. All right, moving on to topic number 2 this evening. And now I got to adjust and remove DK from my slide. There we go.
That's right. Remove him.
Iron Buckeyes have been handed out for this winter. I think they now do 2. I think they do a winter Iron Buckeye going into spring, and then they do Iron Buckeyes for the spring/summer going into fall camp. So I think they do it twice now. But Jeremiah Smith, no surprise there. Brandon Ennis, did he not win it last year too? I know he's a team captain.
I believe he did.
He did.
And then Jalen McClain, who's in the bottom right there, tearing that tire apart. And Garrett Stover up in the top left-hand corner are your 4 Iron Buckeyes for 2026 winter workouts. Now, question number 1, Chris. Did any names surprise you who were on this list?
I think probably Garrett Stover would be the most surprising. I mean, now we've met this young man, and we know that he's a talent. We've seen him play. We saw him play in high school.
Yep.
But he's an upside name, but not somebody that we've really seen a lot from outside of special teams. This guy coming in, he's reshaped his body in the Body by Mick program. This is not the same kid we met as a freshman, Eric.
But he was pretty cut then too.
He was cut then, but this is not the same kid that he was when he was a freshman.
Cut, but now he's jacked.
Right. And we fully expect there's 2 or 3 names we fully expect to be in that linebacker talk. But you almost have to feel like they talk about his toughness, they talk about his speed, his daily approach to workouts is obviously pushing him towards a bigger role. Is he going to be a starter? Probably not. But he's a guy who's going to probably get some reps, based on the fact that if he continues to push the way he is, he puts himself in a position to see some snaps. And that's something I think is very important.
Is he a redshirt freshman, Chris, or is he a sophomore, or what is he?
Redshirt sophomore.
Redshirt sophomore.
This is year number 3.
Okay. Yeah, this is year number 3.
Okay.
Watched him play multiple times at Big Walnut. Being rivals with Delaware, got to see him play against my nephew. He plays defense with a reckless abandonment. Runs downhill, covers the run very well. He's not afraid of contact. Very quick, very fast young man. We'll see if he can get on the field this year in the 2 deep. That's where I'm expecting him to be. But I'm throwing this out there.
Possibly a shift to the safety room?
No, I don't think so. What if he takes the spot of Pettijohn?
No.
Why not?
I think Pettijohn's way too good.
You know, he reminds me of Pete Warner. If that's a good comparison, do you think
it is? Pete Warner was fast. Yeah. He was. People say, "Oh, he's so slow." No, he wasn't. Pete Warner was not the slow one.
Tough Borland was slow.
They attached Pete Warner to Borland, which is so unfair. Warner was good. Was a really good.
And he's still good. He's still playing in the NFL. It's good.
He's a starter for the Saints.
Yeah,
he's a starter with the Saints. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, people tick me off when they compare him to Borland. I'm like, stop it. Right there, you don't know ball. You need to stop watching football for the rest of your life.
He had 31 I'm sorry, he had 19 tackles, 31 assists for 50 total tackles, and 2 sacks this past year. In his second full year at the Saints, I guess. Right?
He's been there longer than that.
Is it the third
or fourth, isn't it?
Okay. Well,
I think he played with Hafley. Dude.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. This was his 5th year. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Hey, Eric, could you do me a request real quick?
Yeah.
Could you take your hat off?
Why?
There you go. Mean Green wants to see your buzz cut. So
it's not a buzz cut. I have hair.
No, this is a buzz cut.
No, that's male pattern bulges.
No, he's honoring his idol Howie Long. Okay, so
what I normally get is a buzz cut, and actually, you may see that look very soon again because I have bet the girls in my wife's Girl Scout troop that if they sell 9,000 boxes of cookies, and they are at 8,600.
Oh my gosh!
I put a number out there. I thought they could never reach.
I'll tattoo my face. That's what you told him.
Well, no, I said that they could cut my hair.
The Mike Tyson tattoo on his face.
Exactly.
Garrett Stover will never play tight end. He is not big. He is not big like Cade. He is a smaller guy, but he's super fast. Anyways, anybody on this list that surprised you, Corey?
Garrett at first, but then I thought about it. I was like, he's a Stover. No, that doesn't surprise me at all, actually. McLean, maybe? Not that I'm surprised because I think he's a competitor and I like him as a player, but what I liked about it was, is McLean going to be that next defensive leader for us? Is he turning into that? You know, is he going to be that next captain on the field like Caleb Downs was? I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Caleb. That's a really tall ask for anybody. But I will say that maybe he's that guy next year. Is like, man, McLean's making a lot of plays. You'll notice he's playing really well. My goodness, you know. Jeremiah Smith, I love him on this list because the guy is otherworldly. He is the best receiver in Ohio State history. I don't want to hear an argument anymore. He's putting himself on Mount Rushmore of Ohio State, quite frankly, with Archie Griffin and probably Orlando Pace and whoever you want to throw up there. But he still works incredibly hard. He's confident in his words. He's confident in what he says, but he knows he has to get in that room and back it and work hard to back it up, even though he is a freak, an absolute cyborg. Love seeing him on. And Brandon Ennis, who's been maligned by Buckeye fans because he's not productive enough in their eyes. Is he an elite receiver? No, but he's a solid player and he's a captain. I just love the fact that he's continuously being the humble leader that he is. And honestly, teams need those role players. They need those locker room guys like Brandon Ennis to be successful. You don't see it on the field as much like a Jeremiah Smith, but behind the scenes, they're instrumental to the team's success.
Hey, Eric, my lovely wife throws out a question here, and is she right? Is Jeremiah Smith the first player to sweep the Iron Buckeye Award from freshman through junior year? He has been every year.
Did he get it his freshman year?
He did.
Do you think Ryan Day gives it to him because he's afraid of him because he's so big? No, I'm kidding.
He looks like a damn tight end. He doesn't look like a wide receiver.
And they say actually slimmed down a little bit, which he had to. So No, Sean, I agree. McLean's a stud. Don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to make it sound anything less than that. I'm just saying he's not Caleb Downs, which is absurd. It's like saying that a quarterback's not Tom Brady. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was. Jeremiah Smith, Travion Henderson, Emeka Abuka, and 7 others were named Iron Buckeye.
Which Emeka, the imposter or the no? Okay.
They had 10. Okay, here they were: Josh Fryer, Travion Henderson, Donovan Jackson, Emeka Abuka, Lathan Ransom, Carson Hinsman, Ty Hamilton,
A lot.
Jeremiah Smith, Sonny Styles, and Cody Simon were all Iron Buckeyes that year. So,
My gosh, what is this? Like the team? The team's the Iron Buckeye.
Well, they ended up doing all right that season, as I recall.
Yeah, maybe.
Kentucky
Only because we expanded the playoffs. No,
he was the first freshman to get the Iron Buckeye. Yeah, then Bobby's nailed it. Yes, he's the first one ever to sweep it through 3 years, starting with us freshman.
Maybe he can win it next year when he comes back.
He is, if he comes back, if he announces he's coming back, it's going to be the same way Jack Sawyer did during the national championship celebration, when he's like, "Just kidding."
Hey, can you? Honestly, and I'm being sincere right now. The Duke quarterback. How much did he get? $11 million.
10, I think.
10 to 11.
What if you give Jeremiah Smith $20 million next year?
Then your whole roster's shot. But
well, no,
not if you get the right person to pay it from the outside.
Right, and he
the right sponsorship.
Wexner owes us a favor, I think.
Les Wexner takes his name off of OSU Hospital, and it's Jeremiah Smith LSU Hospital.
Yeah,
that would be sweet. I would go for that.
I think if you $20 million for 1 year, it'd be really tough to manage a roster.
But I think it's going to happen one of these days. It's gonna happen.
Probably.
We're halfway there.
Yeah, we never thought we'd be a $10 or $11 million player this year.
We weren't thinking 10 years ago, 15 years ago that players were going to get paid on, publicly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bart, who's on
we
this?
thought it was going to be the SEC brown bag discount.
Yeah.
Bart, who on this list surprises you?
McLean. Not that I think I'm with Corey. Not that he's good. I just didn't know he was a workout guy like this. And Stover, his last name. There's a reason. If he doesn't have that workout, Stover, he's not a Buckeye. He just doesn't have. I think he doesn't have the. He would be a really great MAC player. But with his work ethic, he could turn himself. You could have anybody that has work ethic that come in and play. But McLean's probably, and I'm with Corey about in this. It's like he could have just folded last year because he didn't get the accolades and everything like that, but he didn't, and that's just a true captain. But McLean's probably the one that surprises me the most.
Okay. For the chat, you guys don't answer. We have a trivia question for you. I have a trivia question for you.
Can we not answer the question?
Mean Green's got a great question.
Yeah, what is that?
I will let you answer that question after I ask my trivia question.
Oh.
Here we go. One of these 4 guys on this team has a cousin currently on the team. Which one of the 4 is it? Bart, your question. Here you go. So when Bart goes to the barber shop, does the barber have to choose which hair to cut?
No, he doesn't, because I tell him which one to cut. He doesn't tell me, I tell him.
Do you go to the barber shop for real?
You know what? No, I don't. I just do
Thank
it, But I did, back when I wanted really no hair whatsoever. But now it is what it is.
Now it's effortless.
Yeah, it's effort. Really. I still, if I let it go for a couple of weeks, I can get a head of hair. But I got this horseshoe pattern right here that is really bad. Right here is where my hair starts. Right here and here. And it's like a horseshoe.
Well, at least you didn't do like LeBron and wait it out, and it just went. He's just like, dude, LeBron, just shave your head. It's gone.
Yeah. I could paint it on there like some guys do. So.
Oh, like Marcus does.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we should do that show sometime. I dye my beard and Bart paints his hair on.
I think we should do it live at the spring tailgate.
Maybe. Stover is the correct answer. Mika nailed it. Tyler said Stover. Troy says gonna guess Stover. Sean says Stover. Mika says, yep, he's a walk-on QB.
Quarterback.
Now, without looking it up, I'll let you four answer. What high school did this Stover play at? Bart, you need to know this.
I'm
I
from
do.
Florida. Why would you ask me this?
Do you not remember,
it's somewhere.
Chris?
It's somewhere over here east of town, east of Marion.
Yeah, it's in Morrow County.
Yeah. Was it? He didn't go to Highland, did he?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
He was quarterback at Highland High School, and he
Yeah.
walked on at Ohio State. He's Stover's younger cousin.
I did not know that, Eric.
He is the third. He's the third Stover cousin to be on this football team.
My
Yep.
Buckeye obsession does not run this deep.
Well, our to be honest, our high school doesn't play in that league anymore with Highland, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. Although they had one of the very first turf fields in that area, and it's harder than a rock right now. Everybody hates playing on it, but
Highland, if
All
I'm not
right.
mistaken, has also produced a few major league pitchers, if I'm not mistaken.
Tim Belcher.
Tim Belcher. There was Curtis.
don't know
Mike
of
Curtis,
anymore.
I believe, got a cup of coffee up in the majors as well. Who played over there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I met Tim Belcher.
yeah, Tim Belcher lives like maybe a mile from the high school. Huge thing. And then I obviously the NFL Stover lives like, I don't know, 10 minutes from me, 15 minutes from me on one of my county roads. I saw him this last summer going to his house, bought a farm and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
So
So
the funny thing is, I've heard. Oh, sorry to interrupt, Eric. I've heard
Yeah,
accounts of him
everybody has
being
tonight.
like in Caledonia at the bar over here in Caledonia.
probably,
probably singing karaoke.
yeah.
With the cows because they don't take a day off.
That's right. That's right. He is 100% a farm boy. All right. Topic number 3. This one I am sure will get everybody fired up at me tonight. And that's my plan, is to leave everybody tonight mad in this show. Just kidding.
You usually make me mad, so yeah.
Hey, Tyler said he went to Highland.
No, he said he played against Highland, didn't he?
I went to Highland. I played Highland in high school.
So how can you do both?
Squad a scout team.
No, he went to Highland. I played Highland in high school.
He being Stover went
Stover.
to Highland. I played Highland in high school.
Oh, okay.
What high school did you go to, Tyler?
He went to Highland.
This is why I love and hate you, Corey, all at the same time.
Hey, I'll save it for you, Eric. Shut up, Corey.
All right, who are the high school powerhouses in football in Ohio? Cleveland St. Ignatius, in Cleveland. Glenville, I would say, in Cleveland, which is also Division III.
Marion's the local.
What's that?
Marion
Marion
local.
Marion local.
Division 7.
Yep. Caldwell is a powerhouse in the higher division as well. If you're talking Central Ohio, Pickerington Central and Pickerington North are powerhouses. I would say DeSales is a Division II powerhouse in Central Ohio.
Kirtland's another one. They're Division 5 and 6. I know the smaller ones, but
Yep. Where are they at? They Northwest?
no, they're up by Akron.
Akron? Okay. Speaking of Akron, I would say that
Bishop Hoban's pretty good.
Bishop Hoban is definitely a powerhouse. And then if you go down to Cincinnati, you got St. X, Princeton. This is
Moeller.
definitely Meek. This is Mika's question, by the way. Olentangy schools aren't powerhouses. Just there's so many kids that one of them has a good team every year. They go back and forth. Like there's 4 Olentangys. There's Olentangy High School, the original. There's Olentangy Liberty, Olentangy Orange, and Olentangy Berlin. There's 4 of them.
And I think they're making another one too.
Yes, they're gonna have to. It's the fastest growing. Delaware is the fastest growing county in the country. We overtook Orange County, California, about 5 years ago as the fastest growing county, and that school district is absolutely just getting destroyed with people. Yeah, I mentioned St. Ignatius already in Cleveland.
Cincinnati
got
Moeller.
Cincinnati Moeller. Thank you. That's a good one. Those are the powerhouses, but I'm missing
Amanda Clear Creek used to be pretty
Lakota
good.
West. Lakota West is a good one as well. There you go. I hope that answers your question. All right, back to what we were about to do. We're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. Keep 3, cut 3. Chat, join in with this one.
Real quick, on this, Eric, are we saying the 3 best players, or are we seeing the 3 best players that would play best together?
Yeah,
I was thinking the exact same thing.
That's what I was thinking of. Who's going to complement the other?
Yeah, Eric, which one is it?
I think you should pick it however you want.
No, there's got to be set rules here.
Yes, exactly.
Now you're making me mad, Eric. You're making me mad.
No, now listen. That's not what they asked me when they asked me this question on Twitter.
Nobody
they said
cares what they
And
ask
you should ask that. You should ask that question. I need some rules here.
No.
Just because you
That's-
didn't.
Yeah, just because you've messed up doesn't mean we have to.
So what do you guys want me to do?
Set us the rule. Is it the best compliment or the 3 best? Period.
Okay. You are Arthur Smith. So this year's team.
Okay. Well, I'm out of here because I got too much money. I don't need to talk.
I don't need to be here. Yeah, I'm good.
You are not Arthur Smith. You are advising Arthur Smith.
I'm Barter Smith. So.
Barter Smith. You are the offensive coordinator at Ohio State, and you need to choose 3 of these guys while at Ohio State. Which 3 are you choosing, and why, Chris? Do you need time? Who's one? No,
I'll do
I'm
it.
going to take JJ number 1.
Okay, you're taking JJ.
Can we all just agree JJ's on the list? Can we just all 3 go ahead and say JJ for 1?
JJ's on the list. Yeah. He's number 1.
Jeremiah Smith. All right, we all have Jeremiah Smith.
And I'll tell you what, I actually think I'm willing to go. I would go, honestly, I think Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
To compliment him on the outside.
Let's go one
side.
at a time.
Okay.
So you're going to go Garrett Wilson and Jeremiah Smith. Why are you taking Garrett Wilson second?
I like the speed. I like the route running. I like the hands. I like the toughness. I like everything about him. Not to say that Marvin Harrison Jr. wouldn't be a great outside compliment, or Michael Thomas, or even Olave. I just feel like, to me, there's something different with Wilson.
Corey.
JSN. I want a technician in the slot. That's what I want. And no better on that. Now, Wilson's very close, don't get me wrong, but to me, there's no better technician on that in that group right there. Even with JJ. I mean, JJ's an otherworldly, he can do everything, but as far as just a route technician, JSN.
Yeah, and the reason I asked that question, because I see Marvin Harrison, Michael Thomas, and Jeremiah Smith as the same person. Really big receivers with great hands. I don't want all those 3 on my team, though, if that makes sense. I'm going, my second pick will be Chris Olave.
Bart, a man after my own heart.
Oh,
Chris, I was going here.
I know you were going there.
I love Chris Olave.
And I do too.
His possession receiver, underneath stuff, he would just freaking kill it. And those 2 would be my top 2.
But
if I had to start a team.
100%, Bart. I'm with you 100%. So I've got Jeremiah Smith and Chris Olave as well.
I got JSN as my last one. I'm with Corey. I need a dominant slot guy.
Okay, so you went Jeremiah Smith, Garrett Wilson, JSN. Okay.
I'm going Olave with my last guy because I want a deep threat, and Olave on that group right there is by far the best deep threat of all of them, and I want him to be able to take the top off and take the safeties back. That'll open things up for JSN in the slot, also Jeremiah Smith in the mid-range route.
My last guy is Marvin Harrison. He had one of the better college careers, strong hands, can get the ball, and you get those 2 on the outside with Olave in the slot, there's no stopping him.
Can I go ahead and say something controversial and really piss people off?
No, you've never done that before.
That's true. That's not like me. Marvin Harrison is the worst receiver in that group right there.
I don't know that he's wrong.
Marvin Harrison, I mean, Bart, I'm hearing you say he has great hands. That dude dropped a lot of passes this last year. I don't have to do it. And it was ridiculous.
But he also had a bad quarterback throwing to him.
But if he hits you in the hands, you can't catch it. That's not the quarterback.
Agreed. Agreed.
I'm not saying that if he played with Julian Saint he wouldn't have been better or whatever like that, but I'm just saying that the guy I actually went on Jay Stevens' podcast and said Marvin Harrison would be the greatest receiver to ever embrace Ohio State. And then he goes out that junior, he pouts a lot, he quits on routes, and he drops a lot of passes. I thought he was actually underachieving that year. Granted, I know he played with McCord, I get it, but he's also used to playing with McCord.
Chris, remember when we made that algorithm on the best wide receiver in Ohio State history?
Yeah.
Do you remember where Marvin Harrison Jr. landed?
I can't. He was 2, I think. I was say wasn't
second. 1. He was second. Number 1 was it Boston?
I think it was Boston.
David Boston ended up being number 1 on that list.
Chris we may Carter have to run this through now that Jeremiah Smith and
I think so. I think so.
Who would you be your third, Eric?
So I've got Jeremiah Smith and Chris Olave. My gut reaction was to go with JSN, but I'm not going to because injury. Would be worried about him being injured.
He's been healthy his whole pro career.
I know, but he wasn't healthy that year we needed him most. I wouldn't choose Garrett Wilson over because I already got Olave and Smith, and I mean, where does he fit in with that? As much as I want to disagree with Corey about Marvin Harrison Jr., he's actually right, so I can't.
I'm always right, Eric. When are you going to realize this?
I'm taking Michael Thomas and giving me some attitude in the room.
I do love me some Michael Thomas.
Who are you putting in the slot in that one, Eric?
Chris Olave.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like Michael Thomas is kind of like Jeremiah's kind of a quieter guy. Chris Olave is a quieter guy. I need someone who's not quiet.
That's a fair perspective. Can Olave play the slot?
Oh, yeah. Olave can do anything. He was my 6th grade dancer.
I don't know. He's still trying to figure out what his name is right now, I think, after the concussions last year. That'd be my fear of putting him in the slot.
He actually had a great year last year with the Saints.
We're not talking NFL. We're talking college.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying,
He had 100 catches last year.
He did.
Because he finally got some QB play.
And I'm not disputing the fact that he's great. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I know you're not trashing him. Not like I just did Marvin, but yeah.
All right, let's see what the chat had to say. Bobby Max says, going with JSN, Smith, and MHJ. So Jackson Smith, the Jigba, Jeremiah Smith, and Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not cutting anybody. In fact, I'm going back in time. We're getting Carter.
Man, I love Terry Glenn too. Oh, God.
Terry Glenn and Michael
Terry
Jenkins.
Glenn, he made me a Buckeye fan. Seriously, I love Terry.
Glenn. If I wanted to pick somebody that you guys probably wouldn't pick for a deep ball, like a deep threat, Devin Smith.
Oh, everybody loves Devin Smith as a deep pass. He's the best deep pass receiver.
Even Cardell couldn't overthrow that guy,
That dude was the best deep. I mean, just awesome. Adjusting to the ball and dude was awesome.
Tyler says,
Didn't we win every time he scored a TD?
Yes. I'm keeping Jeremiah Smith, Garrett Wilson, and Michael Thomas.
See, I think Garrett Wilson could work the slot better than Olave.
Troy says, I'm keeping JJ, Thomas, Wilson.
Wilson?
A freaking volleyball from an abandoned island?
Garrett Wilson's.
Okay. Sorry. I thought it was a volleyball. Sorry.
The Schrock Stars keeping JJ, Garrett Wilson, JSN.
Schrock, did we just agree on something?
I think you guys agreed for the first time.
What the hell is that all about?
Yeah. Vader, who's never wrong, says we are. He's telling us who we're keeping. We're keeping Jeremiah Smith, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Jackson Smith Najigba. Or
I disagree with
Najigba Jackson
Vader.
Smith.
Yes. Najigba Jackson Smith, baby.
The law firm.
Yes. Sack, who we keeping, buddy? He says Jeremiah, JSN, Marvin Harrison Jr.
You know what this almost feels like we're going to have to do now, Eric? It almost feels like a Mount Rushmore show coming.
Let's do it.
That one's good. Yeah, I feel you.
I'm already saying Pace, Griffin, and Smith. So I don't.
I love what Mickey's doing here. No, guys, it's Holmes, Ginn, and Gonzalez.
Don't put Gonzalez in the top 3. I love him, but come on.
He was
just for that catch against Michigan, should put him right up there.
Oh, great catch!
It was. Holmes was severely underrated. I'll say that much.
Yes, he was.
Our buddy Ken Taco Hut says Jeremiah Smith, JSN, and one Garrett Wilson. Wilson. Mika, we've got to get Mika out of her comfort zone. Mika does not want to hurt anybody's feelings. She never does these things.
I don't think they're listening to the show, Mika.
Sometimes you just got to piss people off.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Come on, Mika.
The truth hurts sometimes, and you gotta give it to them, though.
Oh, TG just piped in.
Got it. Come on, Mika. Pick somebody. Hugh says Jeremiah Smith, Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith, Najigba. And he says, Corey, I would take all of them over Marvin Harrison Jr.
Who said that? What? Who said that?
Hugh.
I agree. I would take all 5 of those over Marvin Harrison Jr. And Mike Thomas is not getting quite enough love for my liking.
Hey,
he probably had the strongest.
Wait a minute. You didn't even put him on your team, bro.
I had to pick 3, okay? Thomas though is not getting mentioned much, and Thomas. We talk about Kyle McCord. Thomas had to play with J.T. Barrett, and I love J.T. Barrett, but he didn't play with some prototypical quarterback.
Oh yeah, high five. Look, did you see Chris just go?
Yep, it's true.
I was ignoring what he said. I didn't hear what he said.
Imagine Thomas playing with Dwayne or Justin or CJ or Julian. Oh my gosh,
that'd be awesome.
Ugh. I mean, he would have had 138 catches in a season or something like that with Drew Brees.
Mickey says, "Let's go." He's finally given us his answer. It's Jeremiah Smith, Michael Thomas, JSN.
Like the X and Y are completely taken care of in that situation.
Though, Eric, I got to feel like we've thrown some massive shade, given a lot of disrespect here by not having Egbuka on this list.
Yeah, Egbuka's kind of overlooked. Yeah,
I didn't make the list.
Here's a guy who leads the team all time in receptions, in yardage.
He was a great rookie receiver
receiver, absolutely top 8 in touchdowns.
Eric, Mika said JJ, JSN, and Harrison earlier.
Okay, thank you.
She changed up to Lave, I think, didn't she? Or changed J? I don't know. She changed one of them. I saw her change something. And Sean Devin Smith is the best deep threat in OSU history. There's nobody you can compare. I'm sorry.
How's nobody tried to throw Chris Carter on their list of people who went up there?
They did.
Okay.
Mickey did.
Joey Galloway.
Another great one.
Yep. He been in the NFL for 15 years or whatever.
Well, the coach's beard has spoken. It's Jeremiah Smith, Chris Olave, and JSN.
Thank you.
Almost, not quite, but almost.
No, he's dead on.
Almost.
Yeah, you got to swap.
He was absolutely 100%. No, he's 100% on that one. I like it. I mean, it's almost like I would pick the same thing.
Yeah,
well, you'd be wrong.
Shut up.
But Corey. I was right. I'm right all the time. Eric said it earlier. Thank you, Mika, for that one.
Yeah, there you go. Just for you, buddy.
Sean is right on that. There's
agreed.
Yeah,
that's
not comparable.
That guy was lightning.
He might be a top 5 deep threat in college football history, period. I mean, it was unreal. If you threw it deep for Devin, he was getting it.
Well, I don't know about you guys. This was fun. We've got a lot going on here at the OHIO podcast these next couple weeks, everybody. So, shout out to Speedman, who became a $5 member over on Patreon, became part of the inner circle this evening. Good to have you with us, my friend. Don't forget, you can sign up for our March Madness Bracket Challenge over on Patreon. It's open to everybody, all members, free, paying, it doesn't matter. You can win yourself a 1-year free membership over there, along with a free magazine and some free swag over on the OHIO Podcast Patreon page if you sign up and you fill out your bracket. Tomorrow morning, I will be writing an article and sending it to everybody in Patreon. So it'll be in your inbox. Be on the lookout for that with instructions on where to go and how to sign up and all of that jazz. And you can be a part of it. We're going to be watching the games over on Patreon together. It's a lot of fun. We watched the actual bracket announcement tonight over on Patreon. That was cool. Thank you for everybody who joined in with that. Don't know yet about tip time for Thursday. Have they announced what time Ohio State's playing on Thursday yet?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, they have.
It is
the very first game of the tournament.
wow.
12-15, March
12
9th. The very
Thursday?
Yes. Thursday at 12:15.
What channels are going to be on? Do you know?
CBS.
Because I'm going to be at work. We got a TV. I'm putting it right on. I don't care. I'm putting it on there.
Very first
All right.
game.
First game.
First game.
Thursday on Patreon. We're watching it, celebrating together, everybody. So,
and High State women got the 3rd seed, and they, of course, are in UConn's bracket, so that'll defeat that. So,
well, but they get to play.
They're not going anywhere anyway. They never do.
They get what, the first 2 rounds?
They get the
home,
first 2 at home, don't they?
They do. They forget the first 2 rounds at home. Yep.
And the Ohio State women's hockey team are in the Frozen Four again.
That's a dynasty right there.
Yes, it is. And the men's hockey team who had a losing record this year are playing for the Big Ten championship in hockey against Michigan this weekend after upsetting number 1 seed Michigan State. So,
and I know you guys aren't like.
Oh, I would love this. I would love for them to beat Michigan.
Oh, wouldn't it be hilarious?
Because that's been the thing that I've noticed here recently is, starting at the end of the football season, it's like, well, Ohio State only has one sport.
And I know you guys aren't baseball fans, but probably one of the greatest games ever is being played right now. USA and Dominican Republic. And they're playing against each other right now, and USA's up 2-1 in the 4th inning. And the start, it's like an all-star lineup, and it's probably the greatest collection of players in one game, USA against Dominican Republic.
That's not true, because the all-star game where Pete Rose ran over the catcher was freaking epic.
That was epic, but this is...
That's when they used to care about that game, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think Pete would have done that even in today's game, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he would have, but he'd been the only one.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So, anyways, go check all of that out, guys. It is awesome. We are having such a good time over on Patreon, man. It is the place to hang out and be a Buckeye fan. We're going to be making some changes there pretty soon as well. But someone asked, are we covering the draft on Thursday? The NFL draft is not Thursday.
Not till April.
Yeah, that's
April.
Don,
and we are going to cover
month.
that, I'm assuming, aren't we?
We are. We're going to be watching the draft over on Patreon.
And doing our draft game.
Because our draft game is freaking fun. It makes the draft so much fun. So we'll be doing that, and it's going to be a great time. So make sure you come over and check that out and be a part of that. And that person who wins the draft game will also be winning some amazing prizes. So thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on the OHIO podcast for another great night. I almost forgot the ad read tonight. Tonight's episode was brought to you by A Place at Home Senior Care. If your loved one is recovering from a recent hospitalization, stroke, or fall, maybe living with dementia, needing support at home, A Place at Home Dublin provides home care supportive services like mobility assistance, medication reminders, etc. You can learn more at aplaceathome.com/Dublin, or you can call them at 740-472-8181. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We appreciate all of you. We'll be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on the OHIO podcast. 9 o'clock, we'll be going over to Patreon for the Super Secret Show. And if you weren't a part of the Super Secret shows last week, boy, howdy, did you miss some shows, man.
That was good.
We had some fun last week.
We recreated the chats that Brandon Lee had with ChatGPT. And it went down a path that Tyler wishes we never would have went down. It was quite the show.
I thought that was the best Tyler's ever looked.
Oh, stop it.
It really is, yeah.
Stop it. Oh, guys, great time. See y'all tomorrow night. Till next time, y'all know what to do. Be kind to one another. I owe someone's OH and Carmen High with all your heart. OH!
I-O!
Go Bucks!